From NBC News, Republican attorneys general sue federal government over LGBTQ school meal guidance. More than 20 Republican attorneys general filed a lawsuit Tuesday against President Joe Biden's administration over a Department of Agriculture school meal program that prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. The challenge, led by Tennessee Attorney General Herbert Slattery, claims that the federal government is attempting to force states and schools to follow anti-discrimination requirements that misconstrue the law, quote-unquote. The coalition of attorneys are hoping for a similar result to a separate challenge from earlier this month when a Tennessee judge temporarily barred two federal agencies from enforcing directives issued by Biden's administration that extended protections for LGBTQ people in schools and workplaces. When I read stories like this, I don't want to hear shit about how the Republican Party is all about protecting the children, protecting the innocent. When they say that they want to protect the children, they actually mean a certain sector of children. White, straight, cisgender, Christian children. If a child is not in one or any of these categories, conservatives couldn't give a fuck less about them. Because if they really were all about protecting the children, they wouldn't be challenging a program right now that ensures every child, regardless of their gender identity or sexual orientation, is entitled to their school meals. Like, what other message does this send out there besides Republicans hate LGBTQ plus youth so much to the point where they want to see them fucking starve? Because I'm certain there is a non-0% chance that in this country, there are LGBTQ plus youth out there who don't live in the best conditions, where food on the table isn't always guaranteed, so they look forward to those school meals because that may be all what they eat for the day, or most of what they eat for the day. But aw, too bad. They're openly gay, or they're openly trans, so therefore they can be denied school meals, just based on them being gay or trans, etc. This is why the GOP is not pro-life in the least fucking bit. They care about you when you're in that womb, but once you get out of that womb, you're fucked. And you're especially fucked if you're part of a group of people that the GOP really hates. Please tell me, who does this benefit? What good does denying adolescents school meals based on their gender identity or their sexual orientation put out into the world? The only answer I can conjure up is zero, because the GOP just wants to see these kids suffer and live in shame over the way they were born. Like I said before, if you're not white, straight, cis, Christian, and let's add male into the mix too, the GOP does not give a fuck about you whatsoever and will do everything in their power to ensure that your rights are stripped away. So this is why I'm so fucking sick of hearing conservatives crow on about how they protect the children, how they're pro-freedom, when they're not either of those things in the least bit. If you really were pro-freedom, you would allow others to live life the way they choose to, so long as they're not harming others in the process. And if you really were pro-protection of children, you would not allow children to be denied access to their school meals based on their sexual orientation and or their gender identity. But no, you are not pro-freedom. You are only pro-freedom when it comes to groups of people that you like and that you're a part of. And you only care about children when it's politically convenient for you, like when you want to smear people in the LGBTQ plus community by calling them child groomers. But any child that's part of this group of people, nah, they can fuck off and starve. Because the GOP is sure as shit not serving these kids food themselves. Can people finally wake up and realize how fucking vile this political party is? If you still vote for the GOP, this is the shit that you at the very least indirectly support. If you really gave a shit about freedom, if you really gave a shit about the protection of children, you would not be voting for the GOP. Because this party only uses the veneer of freedom, the veneer of protecting children, so they can dupe people into voting for them. It's all a ruse, and I fucking wish people would finally stop falling for it. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.